Hello, this is Mohammed Tlaist, a doctor in bioinformatics and a computer scientist, and this is um, part of the lecture to teach you how to develop Gmail add-on. In this slide, we will learn how to connect to the Drive API. Now we will be learning how to connect to the Drive API. In AppScript, you can access the Drive API of the G Suite or from the advanced Google services. The Drive API allows you to create, find, and modify files. We can access this API using the Drive app class. Here is a small example where we log the name of every file in the user's drive. We define a function called testDrive. In this function, we create a variable files that uses the Drive app class to get all the files. Files is of class file and it has next method. While files has next, we create a file variable file equal file.next and then we log its name logger.log file then get name. The Drive API has many classes. The most important is the Drive app class. Then we have classes to deal with files and folders. There is also a class to deal with user. And finally, there are two enums for access and permissions. The Drive app class has two properties. Access, which contains the classes of users who can access a file or folder, besides any individual users who have been explicitly given access. The second property is permissions, which are the permissions granted to users who can access a file or folder. The Drive app class has several methods. For example, add file, add folder, continue file iterator, continue folder iterator, and there are a few create methods to create a file or a folder. You can create a file by passing binary data to the create file method or by passing the content and a name, and you can also add a MIME type parameter. Creating a folder, it just takes the name of that folder. There are also a number of get methods to get a file given its ID, or get all the files in the drive, or get a file given its name, or its type. Similarly, we can get a folder given its ID, or its name. We can get all the folders as well using the getFolders method. We can always get the root folder using the getRootFolder method. And we can get the storage limit using the getStorageLimit method. Or get the use storage. Trash file and trash folders method can also be used to access the trash files and folders. Finally, there are methods to remove a file or a folder, or to search files or folders. In addition to the Drive API, there is the Advanced Drive service. You need first to enable this service. You can do this by going to the Resources menu and then click on Advanced Google Services. Advanced Google Drive service allows you to perform extra tasks, for example, to access custom file properties or to check revisions history. We will create one example that utilizes the getFileById method. One quick way to get the ID of a file is to right-click on the file in your Google Drive and choose Get Shareable Link. You will get a window like this, and the ID would be accessible as a string within the URL of the file. In order to use this method, we need to add the following authorization. Let me take a random file and let us try to read some properties of our file. We define a function getFile. Now we create a variable file ID and we paste our ID here. Then we use the drive app class and it is getFileById method to obtain a copy of our file. Then we look some properties of our file. File.getName, .getSize, and .getMime type.